friends, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new. Today we're going to be hanging out in the pantry. This is an area that I haven't really touched a whole lot since we moved into the house. I basically threw some shelves up on the wall and we put some bins in that we had in our apartment, and that's about it. So it's a little bit of a hot mess, but today we're going to very simply organize it. And I say this because most of the time on my channel I'm doing complete like room makeovers or complete like organization overhauls, but today that's not the case. And I thought it would be nice to show just ways to work with what you have. I got really inspired by my last video doing the laundry room. I didn't really have a plan going into that room. Once I got started, I found some really simple ways to organize it and to make it more functional for us, and it's been wonderful. So if you missed that video, I'll link it down below. That one was so much fun, and I'm telling you that one day full of work really has made such a difference. So I'm loving how it turned out, and it really got me motivated to go ahead and just start on the pantry as well, even though in my head I know that I don't want to go out and buy a bunch of new systems, and I'm also not going to do any major work in the pantry. We're not going to do any DIY projects. That will come, but we don't have time for that right now. We're focusing on finishing up the things with our new build, like painting interior doors and putting glass in our pantry door. You'll see in a second. We still have to put up like our cedar post outside. We're planting grass. We got a lot going on. So the pantry is taking a back seat, but that doesn't mean it has to be a mess. I can use what I have, the systems that are already in place, and clean them up a bit and make it more functional for us, because this is an area that we use every single day. Hopefully this video will help inspire you to work with what you have as well. Whenever I first organized my pantry, I literally went to Dollar Tree and bought a bunch of little bins just to categorize things, and that worked just fine. I also did that with my drawers in my kitchen the first time I organized them. And then as I've really gotten into organizing, I've got some nicer systems in place. You can always pick up things here and there that make sense. Some things will work for one pantry, and then as we've moved, they haven't worked in others. So I need to figure out what really works in this space before I do a complete overhaul. So when we moved in, this was just an open room with no shelving, no nothing. It was like a shell, and we just needed something to throw up on the wall to put all of our food on. We went to Menards and got some shelving units. These were so affordable, very easily taken down as well once we decide to do something else in here later. So we weren't out a bunch of money, and you can really customize it to whatever size that you want. So I'll link our shelving unit down below because it is very functional and it's super affordable. And then I also tried to get creative to utilize and like maximize this space, and I brought in some shelving units. We have some white ones that are from Target. They're super affordable. I think they're under $50, and this gives us a lot of like open shelf feel of storage without having to go in and get like a total custom built pantry shelving. And then I have this little cabinet that I used in the apartment for our coffee and stuff, and also like canned goods. It's a great size for that. I picked that up at Home Goods, and so that has been great. I'll show you that in a second. And then I have this little table that is just really thrown in there, so I have a little bit more storage. But before we get started in the pantry, I wanted to take a quick second to thank Seed for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Since we're talking about food and we're going to be in the pantry, I thought it would be fitting to share the probiotic and prebiotic that I have been loving, and it has made such a difference in so many different areas. So that is where Seed comes in. So I'm in the habit of after breakfast every morning, I will take my Seed DS01 Daily Symbiotic. This is a probiotic and a prebiotic in one. It comes in a 30-day supply in this glass jar, and then it also comes with this little travel size as well, which I love. I can just pop this into the diaper bag and take it with me, so I never forget to take them. And then whenever you need your refills, they'll come in this little package, and you can just open it up and pour it in which is so nice and so handy and less wasteful. So I love that about it. You don't have to take this at breakfast though, or with food. You can take it on an empty stomach. I have done that. I just like to get in the habit of eating breakfast, taking my DS-01 and calling it good. I feel like that's just one way to support your body, support your gut. It's helped with bloating. I feel like less bloated. I just feel more comfortable throughout the day. It's really helped improve my digestive system. I've been looking for a probiotic that actually worked for a long time, and I had tried several different ones in the past, and I couldn't see a difference with anything else until I found Seeds. So I'm very excited. They also have one for pediatrics as well, so I'm planning on getting that for Brooks. The DS-01 Daily Symbiotic has 24 clinically and scientifically studied strains for whole body benefits. It's a product rooted in science, and I like being able to support my gut, skin, and heart health simply through 2 capsules a day. PDS-08 Pediatric Daily Symbiotic is a 2-in-1 probiotic and prebiotic, also formulated for kids ages 3 through 17. It's also free from 4 classes of allergens such as gluten, peanuts, dairy, animal products, and more. Seed has went through so many scientific studies and trials to make sure that your probiotics will stay alive as they travel through, and you're going to get the most benefit from them. And I feel like that's why you can really tell such a difference. The capsule and capsule ViaCap protects the bacteria from oxygen, moisture, and heat through shipping, and then safeguards the bacteria's viability from stomach acid and bile salts, so they are alive when they reach the colon. They also don't have any binders or preservatives, and they're a really clean, science-based product. So I'm super happy with it. Again, I can't wait to incorporate it into Brooks's daily routine as well. I feel like it's a good, healthy habit to have. So I will link it down below, and I do have a coupon code. Use Kaylin at checkout for 15% off your first month's supply of Seeds DS-01 Daily Symbiotic or PDS-08 Pediatrics Daily Symbiotic. Again, that's Kaylin in all caps, so you guys can save a little bit on your first month's order. So if you've been on the hunt for a good probiotic, this is a great one. I highly recommend. Okay, back to the pantry. I know that was a long intro, but I did take some clips the other day and started on the pantry, so I'm going to back up, show you guys what I've done so far, and then I'll show you the rest of it whenever I'm done. Here's our pantry door. We still haven't put glass in it yet, but that's on the list of things to do. And I used to have a shelf right here, but I moved it to our laundry room for some organization. So I'm going to move this shelf over here to the side because I have all of my glass jars down here that I'm going to store on that shelf, and I like the way it looks through this door. And then I have like our coffee station, but it has some spice jars on it that will go back on that shelf. And then here are just the temporary shelves that we've put up in the pantry, and I'm gonna just kind of clear everything out and get it a little bit more organized.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise that we I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about.
Okay, just put all of the bins and everything on this white shelf. So functional, so easy. Let me walk you through all of the different areas. On top, I have some glass canisters that I used to use for Brooks's snacks, but I don't have anything to put in them at the moment, but I don't really want to part ways with them, so I think they look nice. and if I ever need to use them for anything, they are right up there. They're not really taking up any extra room. Next, I have all of our dried goods in these glass storage containers. I tried to switch over to glass, I don't know, maybe like a year ago, and I picked up a bunch of these from TJ Maxx and Home Goods. They were really affordable, and I have like flour, cane sugar, chia seeds, nuts, all kinds of stuff in there. And then on the next shelf, I have a few more canisters that wouldn't fit. And these are all like taller ones, and then like medium ones, and then I have some smaller ones. Tried to group the sizes together. And then I have this bamboo tiered tray that I have some extra spices on. I do have a spice drawer in our kitchen, but these are just like overfill or just extra ones that I don't use all the time. Or for instance, I have 2 of the cinnamons. I just keep one in there. Next, I found these baskets from the Target dollar spot, and they are so handy. I have our potatoes, sweet potatoes and regular potatoes in one, and then I have our onions in another one. And these are great because I can like visually see how we are doing if we're running out, and it's worked out really well. Next, I have just some extra bins that I had. They don't match, but that's okay. This one is a white, you can't really see through it. So I have our chips in here and cereal. So I just have bricks of cereal, and I just keep it closed with a clip. I could put it in a glass container, but he likes to switch out his cereal pretty often. So I just keep it in the box, and then I have a few just pretzels and popcorn. And then in this bottom one is where I keep our pasta sauce and our like broths. So I've got our chicken broth, bone broth, and yeah, some heavier items I put on the bottom. Here is what I was telling you guys about as far as like that other cabinet. So this cabinet we had in our apartment, and I used to keep canned goods in it, and I have made it into a little coffee bar here in the pantry. So I have our Keurig on here. This is what Taylor uses. I have some coffee mugs, and then I have my espresso machine, and then I keep all of our coffee supplies underneath. It's not super organized, but it does look better than it did. I have like our pods here, and then extra coffee grounds, tea, and then like all the stuff to go with the espresso machine. And then I have like our collagen and all of our protein and supplements on the bottom one. So this is nice that it closes and you don't have to worry about it. And then this is the other little table I was saying that we use just to have as extra storage. And I have things like my milk frother, my coffee bean grinder, I've got my coffee beans here, a handheld frother, and then 2 kettles. And I like having these here because we do have outlets on either side. So if I want to make a coffee, I can just make it all in here, and it works out really well. And then I have our coffee flavorings here. I just have white chocolate and vanilla bean. And then I have some hot chocolate here. I've just had this out in the winter months. I probably am about to put it up, and it's just nice to have it next to the kettle. If we pour some water in there, heat it up, you could have some hot chocolate. And then we have an extra ice maker. We have that in the apartment, and it was so handy. So we brought it in here, and if we have guests over, we can make extra ice, and it's just really nice. And then I have my toaster in the bottom, and then I have like my vinegars and waters just on that shelf. Okay, so now for the other side, I haven't really shown this a whole lot yet, but we have these white shelves like I was telling you guys about, and I like to keep all of my kitchen like small appliances in the pantry. So I have a tortilla maker, our Instant Pot, crock pots, blender. I like to have all of that in here so it doesn't take up any cabinet space. And then on top, it's really high up, so I don't use it very often. We have like an egg dye little system, and then I have 3 drink dispensers for hosting, my canner for summertime, and an ice cream maker. So that's what I decided to keep. We also have our fire extinguisher, and then all of our food is on these 2 shelves here. And I am going to go through this and kind of spruce it up a bit. What I like to get for organization are clear bins, and how I break it down is like, this is my baking bin. It has all of my baking things in here so I know what to reach for. This one, I need to kind of rearrange it a bit, but it has all of my flours and stuff. Same for this one. I have flours and sugars and like oats and like chia seeds in both of these. So all of these are pretty well like baking containers. Next, I love turntables. They are so handy for organizing in your pantry, in your refrigerator even. So I have things like honey and my avocado oil, red wine vinegar, soy sauce, and then I have another one, and it just has like peanut butter, just extra things like that, salsa. And then I do have some extra items that don't fit on there that I need to find a home for. And then I have like extra sauces, and I went through all of them. None of them are expired, so I'm going to hang on to them. In these clear bins, these are wonderful as well because you can see everything in them. So I love those. And again, I'm going to go through and organize these. Next, I have just regular boxes, like a baking section, Brooks' snacks, and then these are really great containers to organize snack bars, like things like this. And I've had these for a long time. I actually picked these up at Menards. So let's organize and straighten everything up, and then I'll show you the after. Underneath is kind of a hot mess still, but not as bad. But I am going to kind of clean it up a bit.
I'll let you go, just need some time. At your own pace, you need to find your way. I know now you'll never change your mind for something that matters to me.
Okay, small changes, but makes a big difference. I basically just kind of reorganized these bins. The only one that really needed it was this one. I put the chocolate in the back, salts, and then like powders like baking soda, baking powder, and then vanilla in there. And then I did have to throw away one sugar in here that was expired. I basically just shifted a few of these around so I could fit this extra pickle jar in here. And then I put my spices and stuff in this one. And then this little bin here is all of my snacks. I've got my granola, my healthier like chocolate options. We have things like summery condiments like the lemon juice, Caesar salad dressing, pickles. And then in this one here, I have my oats, peanut butter we use every day, and then my gluten-free pancake mix. Back here in this bin, we have all rice, and then we have pasta all through here, different kinds. And then on this bottom shelf, I have this thing of pasta I get from Sam's for Brooks. And then I have some baking things. So I have some protein muffin mixes and some other like gluten-free mixes, brownies, pancakes, things like that. And then I didn't have anywhere for our bananas to go. These are almost bad, so I'll probably bake with them. I'm gonna leave those there. It works out fine. And then I have this same basket that I keep the potatoes in for Brooks's like special treats. We just had Valentine's Day, so he has some of those left over from school. They have muffin cups or pancake cups that are really good for on the go. Taylor really likes these. So I have this bin for that. And then I have this one for Brooks's snacks. These a lot of times he'll take in his lunchbox. And then these are some more of Brooks's snacks. We have some Jell-O here, applesauce. We all like these Chomps beef sticks, popcorn, and then we have fruit strips. These That's It bars are really good. Chocolate covered raisins, peanuts or cashews, or not peanuts, to grab on the go. Some oatmeal, and then this one is like breakfast or like snack bars. These are granola bars. I need to get some more. We have RX bars that are great. Taylor eats these every day. And then these Lara bars for kids. Brooks really enjoys them. And then I usually have Taylor's other protein bars here, but I don't have any right now. I'm getting ready to go pick up a grocery order for this week, and I'll put those there. But I like that you can see everything nice and laid out. These bins are amazing, and they kind of like raise up as they go back, so you can still see everything in them. And then this bin here is just a small acrylic fridge bin actually, and I keep our bread and our tortillas in here. I do like to keep a trash can in our pantry. It's just handy, I found, so I keep that in here. And then I have our trash bags. This basket, I keep all of my Aldi bags and like extra grocery bags that are just handy to have. And then I have my wooden trays and bowls and an extra Dutch oven. This basket has some extra glass canisters. So I have pared down from the beginning. I'll put a little before clip of what it looked like in here, and then here it is now. So I hope this video gave you some ideas of how to organize things in your pantry. We've had lots of different styles of pantries. I just used everything that I had today, but I will link all of these organization systems down below, like the clear bins, the bigger bins that were clear. Those were from Walmart. Everything was very affordable. I don't like to spend a ton of money on them. Again, these glass jars were like $3-4 each at TJ Maxx, and I picked them up over time. You can get like bamboo organizers like this from Walmart. They have them in stock. And then these glass spice jars with the labels, I'll link those down below. Those are from Amazon. And like baskets like these, I feel like you can always find those at Target. So I'll link some of my favorite organizational systems. Let me know if you have any really nice, like awesome pantry organization hacks. Tell me down below in the comments. I'd love to see them and maybe implement them in my pantry as well, and then others can see it too, so it'd be really helpful. But thanks for spending some time with me today and seeing a realistic pantry reorganized. It was much needed, and it feels a lot better now that it's done. So hopefully it inspires you to either tackle your pantry or a single drawer or somewhere in your home and get started with that spring cleaning, or really any time of the year. It's nice to just kind of refresh all of these spaces that we use every day. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye, friends.